Good evening, good morning for our international viewers and followers. Good evening for the European people. And we are so grateful. It's Tuesday once again. And Mastery, we are not playing with our Tuesday live. Thumbs up for us if you really agree that we've been coming through these past weeks. We've been consistent. Awesome, awesome. And today we are here again going to discuss a topic that we've actually picked tips and bits, but today we want to have it in its totality and discuss it so that you too can benefit from this book that have been a great benefit to all of us. Outwitting the Devil. Well, we call him the man whose name shall remain nameless. So if you have not seen the book before, if you don't have a copy, you can get an audio version of it on YouTube. We really recommend that everybody reads this book, or at least listen to the audio, because there's going to be some light bulbs that will point up. And of course, as you are following us, you're going to get little bits that hopefully will trigger you to go read the book or listen to the audio. So welcome once again. We are Success Mastery, and today we have a special guest. It's been a while. I think all this year we've not had Miss Leona Clark on our live show. So this is like the first and the last one for this year. So hey, let's give it up for her. She's actually becoming more physically to Belgium. So that's why the live was not needed, because we're really seeing her live. But today we are privileged to have her representing Prosperity Calls, and phenomenal company that is really impacting and changing lives. And of course, our team of Success Mastery ladies, the ladies are going to introduce themselves. But before we continue, I would like to say, do share this live, invite somebody to share with you, to watch it with you, comment, like, whilst the discussion is going on. If you have any question, any remark, feel free to share them with us, because it's an open discussion and we really want to know your mind, your take concerning this. It will also help us to be able to know, okay, which direction we take in the conversation, because the whole idea of this live is to impact your life. It's all about you. That's why we are here tonight. So, ladies, please unmute. Beautiful ladies, thank you to have all of you here, because I know it's going to be an awesome discussion. Kindly unmute, shortly introduce yourself, and let's kick it off. Yeah.
Well, I'll go because y'all haven't seen me in a while. So for those that are new, my name is Leona Clark. And as Frida mentioned, I am the founder of Prosperity Calls. And in this company, I help people to learn how to trade in the foreign exchange market and cryptocurrency market. And also we help people with investing as well, giving them the right direction and resources so that way they can go out here and be successful, y'all. While you're working your job or building your business, you can still invest in yourself in those ways. So I'm currently in the great state of Texas in the United States for now, so if you're in Texas, you can hit me up, but I won't be here for much longer. So we'll be leaving soon. So that's a little bit about me. I'm looking forward to the conversation. Super excited to hear what everybody has to say. And I'm looking forward to answering any questions as well.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me pick Boss Lady Nosa, because you're muted.
Thank you, Lady Frida, for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Leona. We're really glad that you joined us tonight. Just like we all know, on Tuesdays is our day. We always come live to come and give nuggets. So as you all know me, my name is Nosa Docs from Success Mastery. Every Tuesday, you meet me here. So thank you for tuning in tonight. Just wait with your pad and your pen to take the nuggets.
Awesome. Awesome. And last but not least,
Well, great. I'm so excited to be here this evening. I don't know about you, our viewers. You don't know what is awaiting you this evening. By the way, my name is Diana Incanson, one of the Success Mastery ladies. I'm game of self-development. Self-development all the way. Stay tuned. You will not regret watching this live with us today. Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much. So, just a quick intro to this book. The title, Outwitting the Devil. Way back in this work of personal development, we got to read this book, and we're doing it a second time. Some are listening to the audio, some are still reading the book. The first time we probably listened to the audio, now we're doing the book. But this is an interview that Napoleon Hill had with the devil, basically questioning him on why he does what he does, especially on the habit of drifting. And well, it was very confrontational for me. I don't know about the ladies, everybody's going to share their own, but for me, there were some parts that was very confrontational because some were habits that I knew I picked up growing up thinking they were the right things, yeah, disciplining in such a way that you instill fear in people and all that. Those were things I thought that were the right thing to do. But when I finished reading this book, honestly, I had to go unlearn quick, question my own, some of the things I'm comfortably doing that are causing me and everyone probably around me to drift, because once it enters, it becomes, everybody picks it up. It can be sometimes even in generation that these attitudes and these behaviors are manifesting. So for me, I want to pick up the words of what Diana always says. When you take the Bible, after reading the Bible, the next book you should be putting close to it is this book, because it points us to so many things that when we are aware and really pay attention to how we do things, why we do what we do, it can free us from a lot of, self-imposed barriers and sometimes obstacles, just because we literally, ignorantly allow ourselves to be used for things that we normally will not underwrite. We will not approve it, but indirectly we give ourselves to it. So this book, once again, please, if you are a parent, if you aspire to be a parent, if you are in any position of influencing people one way or the other, whether as an authority or just as a person who have the ability to influence others, please get to read this book. Take time to listen to this audio so that we don't end up doing the very thing that we don't want to do. Really, because the line is very thin. So I hope I have aroused your curiosity enough to go get the book or the audio to read. But for now, we are going to talk about this particular book, Outwitting the Man Whose Name Shall Remain Nameless. So anytime you hear that name, it means the devil, yeah? The man whose name shall remain nameless. Ladies, this book is so wide and so big. I know we can't handle all the 12 chapters in this short period of time we have. But we have had the privilege to go through it. So I will really appreciate you guys' take on this book. What were some of the things that were like, aha, for you? And do they play out? How can somebody know if they are drifting? You know, because before this book, if somebody came to me and said, Frida, you are a drifter, I would say, what are you talking about? But after reading it, I was like, okay, yeah, there is still an aspect of that. So how can somebody recognize if they are drifting, and how can we get ourselves out of that situation? Because there is a way out. We need to know it so that we can be able to escape it. So I think I'm going to throw it first to Leona, simply because, well, she has read the book. She introduced the book to us, but also she introduced herself first today among you three. So
Okay, I could get with that, you know, definitely. So one of the first things I say about drifting is it starts with, you know how you are viewing this. You probably heard the ladies say this a lot, like you have to know what it is you want, right? That's the starting point right there. This is something that I realized that it made more sense to me why people move the way that they do in life, because number one, they don't know what they want. So the one who shall remain nameless feeds off of the fact that you don't know what you want, because you're what? You're more likely to just do what everybody else tells you to do. So when you're doing whatever anyone else is telling you to do, and you're not thinking for yourself, that opens you up to an endless cycle of poor habits, of situations you didn't even want, attracting people in your life you didn't want to attract, you know, relationships that go bad and go bad and go bad and go bad over and over again. Like, all of this is a vicious cycle that happens, but it starts with number one, not knowing what the heck you want. And if, since Frida did ask, what's one of the ways to come out of that? The first step is knowing what you want. That's the first step. When you know what you want, God, it don't have to be anything extravagant or whatever. It's what you want. The moment you start thinking for yourself, you're starting to unravel that grip. You're loosening that grip, because now you're starting to do what? Think. And the one who shall remain nameless does not like a person who can think. He feeds and thrives off the person who doesn't think. So that's step one. And then I'm going to leave the rest to the ladies.
Wow, Leona, I'm not going to let this slide. Like, I mean, thank you so much. I love that you started with that, because honestly, and I will just be honest, I believe it took me a long time to finally come to this realization. Because when you say know what you want, we all think we know what we want. I thought then that I knew what I wanted, and that I was doing what I wanted. But little did I know that I was not doing what I wanted. I was doing what my environment wanted me to do. I was doing what was expected of me. You get it? And that is a totally different ballgame, because when doing what I want, like you said, find out what you want. It will cause you to find out what you want. That means it will be easy for you to say no to some things and yes to some things. But I was at a point, I was just saying yes to everything just to please everybody. And so you can see
how did you feel? How did you feel when you were saying yes to everybody? Because somebody out there right now is experiencing it.
Oh my goodness, it wasn't a good feeling. Yes, it was a short-lived feeling for the fact that you're making others happy. And it was shortly good. But at the end of the day, it was not long lasting, because what will make A happy will not make B happy. So I constantly had to put myself in different personalities to please everybody. And you know how that can be crazy. So I was all over the place. So if somebody finds themselves in that area, listen, you can still come out of there. Start by having this honest conversation with yourself. What do I really want?
Mm.
Not what my neighbor wants, my friend wants, my husband, my wife, whatever, my sibling. No. What do you want? What are your values? Because sometimes, because the majority is going the opposite direction, we throw in our own values just to embrace everybody. And that's why Leona said, when we walk like that, where we don't know what we want, it becomes easy for the man who shall remain nameless to be tossing you here and there. Easy to drift. When you hear today somebody is going to north, you say, hey, I'm also going to north. You hear they are going to south. Okay, it's happening in south now. All over the place. And that is not a habit of somebody who is going to get things done. So thank you so much. Listen, this is a big deal. This first point is a big deal. Because like Leona said, if you know what you want, it's like if you know where you are going, you just start on your journey. I'm here, I'm going here, and you can purposefully engage. But if you don't know, we will be making movements and we can't have progress. And the fact that we are moving all over the place doesn't mean we are really making progress. And I was there. I know how it felt. Not very pleasant. Very busy, moving things, moving. But if you ask what was it really, I didn't know. I'm so grateful. I know it now. And so now it's easier to politely say no. Politely, no fighting, no argument, no, because I'm not going that direction. And it feels good. Yeah. So that was a good start. I'm curious to know which other one you ladies picked, because that direction thing, that knowing what you want thing, wow, huge.
Wow, I love that. Why I'm laughing is a place we all have been. It's a place we all have been. I just like the definition he said, page 73. It says, the answer says, I can best define the word drifts by saying that people who think for themselves never drift. Think for themselves never drift. Why those who do little or no thinking for themselves are drifters? A drifter is one who permits himself to be influenced and controlled by circumstances outside of his own mind. So you see, it's just like going to, I usually say this, is going to restaurants. The waiter give you menu, you say, what do you think I'm going to eat? Excuse me. You cannot ask a waiter what you're going to eat. It's just a simple way because you don't know what you want. If I know what I want, okay, I feel just like eating Spanish food. And I get it. They give me menu. Let me go through. Oh, I'm allergic to this. I'm not allergic to that. I love this. I cannot ask somebody because I see in their table, they are having something different. I'm going to be looking. No. Just a simple way of saying, knowing what you like. Leona said, I was once there. Like Frida also said, I do not know. Even to the extent I come to say, I think I will like, when everybody want to do this business, I think I will do. When everybody want to do the course, I've wasted a lot of years in doing so many courses in school. Because I thought that is what I want. Do you know the bad news, the sad news about this? You don't have energy to carry it through. Because you are not them, they are not you. It's just like sending a dove to Eagle School. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? It can never fly. like an ego. Ego is meant to soar, while Dove is just meant to go around. So one of the way the man makes is for us to think you know what you want. He was the one doing it, giving you the idea of others, by others' opinion, making it to be your reality. Because why? You do not know what you want. The moment you have definiteness of purpose, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm going to do. You cannot drift because you now think for yourself. This is me. I'm extrovert. I talk fast. I am so, and I'm going. The moment I want to be like Frida, I want to talk gently, then I'm living a poor copy of myself. You see, people are going to look at you weird. But who you are, they say, oh, she's there. That is who she is. You know what you want, not controlled by the outside circumstances. I'm just adding to what Leona said. The first step is knowing what you want. When you know what the second step, when you know what you want, do not stop there. Go after it. Because people are coming to talk you down. Are you sure you really want to do this? Because of knowing whom you are, what you want, say, yes, I'm 120% sure. With all humility and all smile, I know where I'm going and I know what I'm doing. If you don't know, they're still going to talk you out so that you can be the 99%, because that is the aim of the man who shall remain nameless.
Uses.
So knowing what you want, number one, and going after it, don't stop there, go after it, just to add to what Lady Leona said. So thank you. I think if somebody is jotting something down.
There is always so much to learn. As both of you are talking, it's like the book is still flashing back to me. Really, all of us need to take, I'll say it again, I think I'll even broadcast it wherever I go. If you are a believer, unbeliever, parents, whatever you are doing, whether you're teaching your children or even yourself, the book, the Bible, make sure you put this book alongside with it, because it's good for you to evaluate the Bible. As you are studying the Bible, you evaluate the mind of the man. We don't want to mention his name. It's very good. One of the things, the trick that the man that we are not mentioning name used to use against me was fear and doubt. And that's one of his important or powerful weapon he used. Fear of what? I always ask, when I finish reading the chapter, I say, fear of what? Fear of what? The fear is not there. But because he knows I don't know who I was, the only weapon he can use is fear. Because if you don't know who you are and what you want, plus the fear, is stagnation, procrastination, what else again? Oh, it's not worth it. My dream is, sometimes they will even tell you, my dream is too big. If it's too big, break it down. He has a way of putting fear in people not to do anything. And if he has that grip on you, my God, it's a place you don't want to be. It's a place you don't even wish anybody there. Because what he used, when I was reading, he said, after fear, you will use failure. Why are you afraid? You have not tried it yet, so why are you afraid? Afraid to fear. Afraid of failure. You have not tried it, so why are you afraid of failure? When you fail, stand up, you will learn lesson and move on. Take the lesson you learn from the failure, take it to the next step. Diana did not know that. When I fail, I say, at least I tried. At least my dad will know I tried. My family member will know I tried. Trying is, don't even use that word. Trying is not you doing anything at all. If you fail, it's okay. Failure is part of life. Even if you have not failed 99 times, you are not even successful. Successful people, they fail 99 times, even more than that. The last one make them successful. So when you know that you are in a place you want to try something but you are afraid, that is the moment you have to even do it the more. Because you will not give that man, we don't want to mention his name, the power to cause you to drift. Drift is you being impassionate, aimless, no purpose, no clarity of goals. Everybody is going to Central Station, you say, count me in. Everybody is going to So Close, count me in. It came to a time, all our people we know, everybody said they were moving to England. What happened in England? They're all going. Because everybody is going. They joined the train, they are going. Please, knowing who you are is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. The greatest gift. I'm 47. I've never been as happy as I am now because I know who I am. I'm not introvert, I'm extrovert. I like energy people. I flourish better around people who are energetic. The best of me come out. How you'll be asking me, okay, now I have failed before. I don't want to try, but with what you are saying, I don't want to be a drifter. I don't want to dwell in my fear and my failure. How do I come out? Start from somewhere. Environment is the most positive environment. Let me correct myself because not every environment is good for you. Positive environment will cause you to stand up and do something. Doing something that will make you happy. I was so indisciplined. Oh my God. That's one of the things he uses to indiscipline people. You are indisciplined, nothing. Books, I was not reading. Audio, I was not listening. Exercise, I was not doing. Eating well, I was not doing. My environment was toxic. I almost became not me. Discipline in the way of, this is who I am. This is where I'm going. I'm doing everything. The book I'm reading, the audio I'm listening, well eating, exercising. When other people are eating McDonald's, I'm not eating it because I am disciplined. The road to discipline is very narrow, I've come to see. The road to indiscipline is so wide. And that is why the man, we don't want to mention his name, will always say, that's why you always get the 98% of the people, because the road to indiscipline is wide. 2% of mankind enter the discipline road. So my advice for you, this book had 12 chapters. We cannot break it down in 1 hour or 2 hours. I'm take a little advice I'm giving you. As the year is going to an end, gift yourself this book. Gift yourself. If you cannot come before November, ending November, get the audio this night. It's free. You know, some of us, if things are free, we don't take it serious. But this one is free. Take it serious. Get to know you. Get to know what this man, we don't want to mention, is what he think of you. Doesn't think well of you, eh? He prefer you just sit down and don't do anything about your life. I refuse to go on that road because the road of discipline is where I'm going, where I am and where I'm going to go. It's not cheap, but I'm going there. So please get the book. God bless Napoleon Hill, wherever he is.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you guys said so many great stuff. I think, I mean, like we all said, this book is one that we can go on and on. But I basically get emotional just even listening, how indisciplined and not knowing who we are. And this is something that everybody is entitled to. Nobody was made to walk through life nameless or aimlessly. But unfortunately, like Diana said, we are living in a world where these things are not being taught. You know, in schools, they are not teaching you to discover who you are, what you want. They want to squeeze everybody in a curriculum. Everybody should just be doing the same thing, thinking the same way, nodding the same way. And if you will look at even where we are now, the people that went ahead to do great stuff are the people who decided, no, 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 no. I'm not just going to let them box me in this drifting mood. So when they told them, go and sit in the class and just be clocking 8 hours, watching the blackboard and don't use your brain, they say, hello, I think there is more in me. I know where I'm going, and I think what I'm seeing does not look like all these things you people are putting together here. I'm going to go try my thing. And if I fail, at least I know I tried. And today, these are the people that have put remarkable things in this world that we are all consumers of. So, and I'm not against education, definitely not. But when education now has the sole purpose of turning people to robots, I am against that. If they are not looking as an individual, as a person with purpose, I'm no longer for it. Because human beings, I mean, we are more than robots. Robots can do something, but we are unique. Why does the system want to turn everybody in the same way? So from home to school to whichever place we find ourselves, everybody wants to make everybody like this. Why? And when you read this book, it tells you the person behind that is insinuating things to get people in. The only person that is happy when people are not thinking for themselves is the man who shall remain nameless. I am always fascinated by, you know, how God puts everybody's brain in their head. Can you imagine if one person will have monopoly over our brains? And God knew this. That's why he didn't give it to one person. He said, everybody carry your own. Think for yourself. But somehow, the system still want to, despite the fact that we have individual brains, still make everybody, consent everybody to a kind of thinking. And that is where I have problem with it. And before, I was not aware of it so much as I am aware of it now. You know, I'm among the parents before, if my children will come to me and say, oh, Mom, I don't think this course is good for me. I say, do it. And you know the reason why I'm saying they should do it? Because maybe my family or around us, everybody is just having that one, so they should also have that degree. I used to be that kind of parent. I was not looking at how they were made up. I was just looking, they should just do it because everybody is liking those kind of qualifications. A lawyer, you know?
Engineer.
My dear doctor, even if they don't want to be, say by force, go and do it. And they are stressed.
They're afraid of
they
blood.
sit in the classroom and all they are thinking about is how they can just pass the course so that you can be off their back. They are not warm, they are not happy doing it. But these are some of the things this book helped me to do. Like, look at your children for who they are, not what you think they should be, because society appraises that. And now we wonder why people fall into depression. People lack all kinds of, people are burned out, tired, weary, just going through whatever. Why? Because that is how the system is channeled to make everybody. So please, on a final note, I know we have a bit over our time, but what will be your final advice for somebody who have not read this book, but is considering reading it? Why do you think it's important that they take that step? What are some of the things they can benefit from? We have mentioned a lot, but just to close up, somebody who is listening in today and say, wow, I never read that book, but listening to this discussion, I think I might. What would you advise them?
So I'm gonna go first because some people may relate to this. So I'm an athlete, right? Well, I used to be an athlete. Let me rephrase that. You know what I'm saying? I used to play a lot of sports and all of that. And so I want y'all to think of this like from the mind of an athletic person, right? So let's say you're competitive, you want your team to win. What if there was a legal way for you to know what your opponent was gonna do? The plays they were gonna run, you know what I'm saying? Who they were targeting specifically, why they were targeting them specifically. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could legally get their playbook, would you want it to ensure your victory and getting that championship? I guarantee you there's not a person on here watching live or the replay that will say no. If you say no, you're telling a lie. And that is where your problem is today. You got to be honest with yourself. He's banking on you to live in this bubble. He's banking on you to lie to yourself. He's banking on you to be like, oh, it's okay. It is what it is. He's banking on you to do that. So trust me, if you really wanted the playbook on like how someone is going to defeat you in that competition, this is your playbook to show you how he is intending and has been defeating your ancestors. Think about this before we wrap. This is my last piece. I want you to think about the history of your family. How many of you know what your grandparents did and how that plays a role in your success, stagnation, or failure today? What about your great-grandparents? What about your great-great-grandparents? What about your great-great? If you can't even go back that far, because I can't, then that right there should tell you that his work was done. But see, you today, this book is one of the many tools that is available to help you get insight into his playbook. So now you can use that thing for your advantage and say, okay, I realize that, or in my case, with our youngest, there are things that I have shifted in doing and saying because reading this book, I was like, holy crap. I give y'all an example. There was one day where Laura, oh man, she was asking about like we was doing addition or whatever, right? And so I was showing her there was multiple ways to get the same answer. Why? This is what Frida talked about just a minute ago. In our school system, majority across the world, they teach you that there's only one way to get the answer. And if you don't use this exact formula, you're wrong. Guess who is behind that? The one who shall remain nameless, because he don't want you to think. So I'm showing my 4-year-old, hey, there's multiple ways for you to get the answer 7. There's multiple ways for you to get the answer 8. There's multiple ways for you to get to the answer 9. And so, and in me showing her that, she wrote it down over and over again. And I said, and I asked her, I said, so what did this teach you though? She was like, Did I know how to get to the number 8 or did I know how to get to the number 9? You know what I'm saying? Whichever one it was we on. And I was like, yes, you now know there are multiple ways to get the answer that you're looking for. That's just one example, y'all, of how you can loosen that grip. Knowing there's more than one way to get the answer. You do not have to follow the 95, the 98% that are doing X, Y, and Z, like Frida was talking about, like Diana mentioned, like Nosa mentioned. It's time for us to think for ourselves. What do we want for real? And then how do we want to go about it? And on top of that, y'all, don't care what anyone else has to say about how you're going about getting to that thing that you're going to. Because guess what? They weren't given a vision. You were. So run it. Your way, your pace, period. This book is going to help you get that. So that's my part. I know somebody else has something to add on that. So I'm going to mute that now.
Let's shut it down. Drop the mic, drop the mic, drop the mic.
That's drop the mic. That's it. Thank you. I love it. And I think, yes, we're going to end it here. I love the angle of the athlete and having the play of the gameplay of your opponent. We rest the case right there. Ladies and gentlemen, so we've come to the end of our life today. And we want to thank Miss Leona Clark all the way from Texas for now. Thank you so much for bringing so much value to the live today, to the table. It was quite exciting. Our own Miss Nosa Dogs, who has always shown up, and my goodness, this lady, she's gonna places, she's going places. And our own Diana, the boss lady herself, with her energy. I love her growth. I love to see, the change, the transformation. And so if you are listening to us tonight, wherever you are, please get this book and start your own journey of discovery and awareness and embracing who you are and your true purpose here on earth. Let no one and nothing stop you, not even you yourself. And if there is anything we want to encourage everybody, we can always start somewhere. It's never too late. As long as we have breath, it's never too late. We can always start somewhere. So we are applauding you. We are rooting for you as you engage on your own discovery as you read this book. And feel free to share your testimonies with us. So as you're reading and you're going through and you're finding the change and the excitement of the book and how you are implementing it, do visit our YouTube, our Instagram, Success Mastery, and share it with us because we really, really, really want to follow what is happening with you, because we love to see many lives switched on and many lives winning. This is Success Mastery. Until next week, the same time, the same place. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.